Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, in a small, small town, a storyteller was born. He wanted to get published, but he couldn't find a publisher. So he built a platform which the world today knows as Daastan, a hub of storytellers. My name is Syed Amer, and today I'm going to tell you the story of storytellers. I come from a literary family background. And my great grandfather was the one who actually developed a toolkit which laid the foundation of Urdu calligraphy in subcontinent somewhere in 1900s. His name was Muhammad Basir, and I am his great grandson. Pakistan is blessed to have a distinct and a rich culture. We have 74 different languages spoken throughout the country. 30 of them are spoken alone in northern areas. Though English is our national language, English is our official language and Urdu is the national language, I want to bring your attention towards this one question. What binds these 200 million distinct and different people to live together in one country under one roof? What can you imagine the possible permutations of cultural diversity which stems from the human complexity of these polyglots interacting in a day-to-day basis? How does peace prevail in such situation? Ladies, gentlemen, and the variations thereupon, welcome to Pakistan. A land of towering mountains and gushing rivers. We are Pakistanis and we are proud to be living together under this country. But the thing that binds us together are stories. The reason why tourists flock toward Pakistan are stories. And one of the most interesting thing about my particular country is that we are a nation obsessed with stories. We even named a bazaar, a market in Peshawar as Kissa Khwani Bazaar, the market of storytellers. This shows us the level of insanity that we have for the love of these stories. However, we are the villains of our very own story. Mean, selfish, and very much what I would say, someone who wouldn't care about others. And the reason is that we never asked ourselves, who are these storytellers? Where do they come from? How do they look like? What are we as a society doing to empower them? All we want from the storytellers is to perform their art for free. Be it comics, films, movies, podcasts, anything. We never asked, how do they make a living? And this is the very reason our whole community is not being able to thrive. The story of Daastan started back in 2014 because I was writing a novel and I wanted to get it published. And the reason I started this platform was that the existing mafia was so strong that they wouldn't let anyone inside the industry. And I, being an engineer, thought that how can I make this industry more transparent, more accessible, and more efficient using technology. So I gathered a bunch of crazy people. Crazy because no sane business person in this world would touch a dead market of book publishing industry in a country where half the population cannot even read or write. Crazy because crazy because the industry is not particularly evolved. Crazy because there are not enough opportunities available to scale this particular initiative. Crazy because in this particular fraction, a very minute quantity is able to speak English. Crazy because I was an undergraduate student back then and broke as hell with no prior knowledge of managing a business. But yet we were able to scale this initiative. And what makes me proud is that my team, when we started, the whole team consisted of just a couple of people. And all you see on the news and the media are the stories that we are disrupting the Pakistan's publishing space, which are true. But at the end of the day, it's just me, loneliness, fear of failure, burden of expectations, and this distant dream which seems impossible to get. And this is where, my friend, people give up, burn out, lose it all. This is where, my friend, people leave you. They change their colors and walk away out of your life. And this is where, my friends, you need to ask yourself, how badly do you need this dream to come true? This is where, my friend, you need to ask that how badly you need this dream to come true. Because what you see on the digital space is one side of the story. And what happens behind the covers is someone which truly an artist can experience because they know the pains. And another interesting thing that I want to share from our experience is that our team has been able to reach out to more than 10,000 people from 17 countries. We have published 300 manuscripts in 17 genres in 2 languages. And what makes this whole thing really interesting, or what we did differently, what made us stand out from the crowd, was that we challenged the status quo. And we empowered the people at the grassroots level to have same access to opportunities which a certain class had. And the results were beautiful. The students, especially the youth and the kids, who were not encouraged, they were discouraged for writing, like, why are you doing this? This has no future. When we published them, they became overnight success stories within their friends and families. And that was very interesting. We worked with psychologists and we ran a couple of experiments where we saw that giving writing as a medium to youth helps them vent out their energies in a positive way. And the external validation that they receive from the community helps them make confident people and help them excel in their careers. And this was really interesting because we even had case studies where we prevented suicidal students and helped them rebuild their lives by actually putting them through all this experience. Because we as a platform are the ones who actually pioneered this concept of getting published and having a book launch, and we made it a fashion and we glamorized it to an extent that even now the external authors outside Pakistan want to use our platform to get the same sort of access and opportunities that we are creating. So this is something really interesting that we were able to do. And I have been fortunate enough to go out of Pakistan and present the same idea. And I presented it in Vietnam, China, and Thailand. And I realized that ideas do take flight if you dream, build, and rise. And one more thing that I want to add here is that when most of the people ask me that, why are you doing this? What's actually in it for you? And it's like really, answers usually vary from people to people. I just want you all to just close your eyes take a deep breath and imagine that you are lying on your deathbed and you're looking back at your life. What is that one thing that you are really proud of? For each one of you, the answers would be different. However, for me, the answer is that I wanted to be the reason someone decided not to quit. I wanted to be the reason someone decided not to quit. I wanted to be the reason someone decided not to quit. Thank you very much.